What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video we're going to be talking about the new packs that were added today into NBA 2K20 My Team and what effect I believe they're going to have on the My Team market. So lads, right now it is the 20th of July. So I don't necessarily think we're going to be seeing too much more content for the rest of this year. Again, I think probably the 31st of July, maybe we see one last thing in August, but the last 2 years, the last day of content we've gotten was the 1st of August, so I don't necessarily think we see too much going into August, because let's be real, they will be focusing on the 2K21. Realistically, there will be a demo for 2K21 that will be coming out, as well as that they'll be focusing on trying to get early footage for that, trying to get that game sorted. So really, I don't see much coming into this game from August onwards. So I think this could be one of like the last times we see super packs, or what may be the case is that on the 1st of August they release every single pack, and every single pack suddenly is purchasable with VC, with MT. But you just never know. You just never know with 2K what they're going to do. So let's have a look at what cards are going to be in, or what cards are in these packs. So as you guys can see, there's the old school packs, the 2000s packs, and the 2010s packs. So these are the only packs. There's only 3 of them. So there's no like 80s, there's no 90s packs. So the 2010s packs have got a lot of not expensive opals. Kevin Durant is a big one. Kevin Durant is a big one right there. That out of position card. Other than that though, there does not. Actually, LeBron's pretty good card. And Giannis. So there are 3 kind of expensive cards. Again, this Giannis in super pack, so I can see him kind of going down in price a little bit. But anything above an opal for these really isn't worth anything. And then we have got, actually, is Porzingis in these packs? If Porzingis Pink Diamond is in these packs, then he could be one that could go down. Yeah, so he's actually quite high in price. He might go down a good bit in price. 2000s packs, Rashard Lewis. This is, I think these type packs have a bigger effect on someone like him, as well as like, say, I doubt even the Go cards are going to have too big an issue, because they put this Shaq in packs as well. So he is now in packs. And let's check the old school packs actually. So the old school packs, obviously Eddie Jones, Larry, Keenan. They got Hakeem, who still goes for a little bit. So the Goat Magic's in these packs. I think Goat Jordan is in these packs, as well as Goat Wilt. Yeah, Goat Jordan and Goat Wilt. So there's not nearly as many opals I would have thought. I would have thought there was going to be a lot more opals in these packs. However, all 4 of the Go cards are now back in packs. So I wonder how this is going to affect the market and what it's going to drop. I think it definitely is going to affect the really high-end market. So let me just have a look to see specific cards, see how many of them put in packs. So Rashard Lewis, this is always one that I look at. So as you guys can see, it has been 37 minutes. So there has been 2 Rashard Lewis cards put up on the market. But this card has become nearly extinct, because the rest of these cards have gone really cheap. The only card that's expensive in this set is Rashard Lewis. I do think, however, at some stage, Chris Webber is going to be expensive again. Or he's going to be really, really expensive, not even expensive again. It's just going to be really expensive if Juice Duo packs come out, or Juice promo packs. These Webber's unlikely to be in any of them. So, yeah, so Rashard Lewis right now, there's not that many being pulled, so he's still super rare. So I don't see this right now having a big effect. But for example, if you're on Xbox and a whole bunch of these guys get pulled, all of a sudden he might drop down to, say, right now this card realistically is going to end at about 3.5 minutes. And I'm not even joking, he's probably going to end about 3.5 minutes because he's so rare. However, if you're on Xbox, or not if you're on Xbox, if more of these were packed, you might see him going down to like the 2.5 million range. However, with him being extinct on Xbox, he's more expensive on that system. So I can see him still being really, really high. And it's a pity, because I would have hoped the 2K would have put more of him in packs. But all that does, if at any stage you guys see a bunch of Rashard Lewis coming onto the market, all that does is push up the price of whoever the rarest of these guys is. If you guys don't remember last year with Generation Excess to get the Ben Simmons card, originally Luka was like 1 million MT. However, they released Luka in some pack, but he was really, really common, and then Trae Young suddenly became 600k. So yeah, as of right now, it's not going to change the price too much, but just be aware of that. Just be aware. Always check the price of a Rashard, or always check these packs for someone like a Rashard Lewis, because if you guys see, obviously he's in the packs, but there's not many of them. If you guys see a whole bunch of him coming onto the market, then it means that the rest of the cards are going to go up in price in the set, or whoever the next rarest is. So let's have a look at the GOAT cards to see what it's done to them, because obviously the only one I have is Kareem. And if you guys think that I'm talking nonsense with Rashard Lewis, when the Dynamic Duo packs came out the last time is the day I bought Kareem. And the reason is that a whole bunch of Rashard Lewis cards came flooding onto the market. Like, I don't mean enough that he became suddenly less rare than any of the other cards, but enough that he went from 2.6 million to start the day. I got mine for 1.5 million, so he dropped by 1 million. So you can see there's almost no Rashard Lewis's. However, if more people were opening these packs and you saw maybe like 10 more of them, that would, like, if you see, say, 3 on the market right now, and if that number picks up to maybe 10, 15, you could see a card dropping by 500-600 KMT. And I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding. That's how much of an effect, with the rarity of Rashard Lewis, that's how much of an effect that would have. So Wilt Chamberlain, okay, so he's around 1.5 million MT, 22 minutes. So from here on out, there has been 4 Wilt Chamberlains that have been pulled in these packs. So I don't see that having much of an effect on his price, because he's gotten very rare. But I think maybe if he's going for 1.6 million MT now, because there's one in 13 minutes, I do think that this one right here, the 2 hours 12 minutes, actually, maybe not. If there was one, say for example, with an hour to go, I think that card could go even higher, and this card might even go higher because there's 2 hours between the next one. It's always kind of hard to tell. Magic Johnson is going for around the 1 million mark, and there's only been one Magic Johnson that's been pulled in these packs, and that's either a sign that the odds are terrible or that nobody's opening the packs. I think it could be a bit of both. Shaq is currently in 2 packs, which is an interesting one. That is interesting right now. He is currently in the flashbacks as well as the promo pack. So it's been 40 minutes, so 3 hours 20 minutes. There's been no extra, there's been no extra Shaqs pulled by the looks of things. Because a lot of people, like, obviously people would be using the Shaq, but a lot of people would put them up straight away for auction. At the same time, his price is okay. Like, with 2 million MT, it's a bit expensive, but you know what? Could be worse. Could be worse. And then Michael Jordan. There has been no Michael Jordans pulled. No Michael Jordans pulled. So, saying, like, assuming that at least 60%, like, of all these cards, we've seen maybe 3 GOAT cards, or 3 to 5 GOAT cards have been pulled and put up on the auction house. And I think there's a maximum of 10 of these GOAT cards that have been pulled. And these packs have been up for 43 minutes. Which is kind of mad. And also VC only super packs is not ideal. So what does this tell us necessarily about the market, or about future trends, even current trends with certain cards? That VC only super packs do not crash the market in general. They will not crash the market, and the reason why is that people aren't selling to buy VC only super packs. So if a bunch of people are selling their cards to get other cards or to open packs. So for example, like, even though I never advise it, for these flash packs, or not even these packs, I'm trying to think of what big cards have come out in packs recently. So for example, the next packs, you were able to open them on 17,000 MT packs. You were able to guarantee ones for 17,000. The amount of people that sold their collection and maybe didn't have enough money for LaMelo Ball, but used their whole MT to buy packs. And because people are selling so much of their cards to buy other cards, that's what causes the market crash, more so than an inflation of cards on the market. Also, I know for a fact, well, it's pretty evident that a lot less people open VC only packs than open packs with MT. So I do also think that that does have a factor. And also the VC only super packs do tend to have lower odds. So I don't think they crash the market too much. However, there is always potential for certain cards to go down in price. Like, if you guys don't know this Porzingis card, yesterday was 95,000 MT. Like, as you guys can see, he was down to 80k, around there. And then suddenly when these cards are all being packed, you're seeing 3 hours 18, 3 hours 18, 3 hours 18. He's gone down to 68k, 65k, 66k. This card was so high in price just due to rarity. And because cards like this that are being packed a ton suddenly drop significantly in price because they become less rare. The only cards that I feel like this has an effect on are lock-in cards that have become super rare. Otherwise, I don't think that it affects the supply and demand of a player too much. It doesn't change the demand of a player whatsoever. The demand will stay the same with or without these packs. For the supply, I don't think for the high tier cards that they give enough of them out that it affects the supply too much. However, I do think that for certain tier cards, especially lower tier cards, like for example at Porzingis, I can't think of any others off the top of my head, it can change because the supply goes way up even though the demand stays the same. So anyway, that's the video. Do these packs have an effect? These specific ones, unlikely. Unless they... I don't think they will have any effect on the GOAT cards. I really don't. I think maybe, give or take, you might save 100, 200k MT if a whole bunch of come onto the market. However, that's the exact same amount as you'd save by just happening to get in on the right time. The only there's one card specifically that I think could have a big effect on, and it is that Rashard Lewis card. If it floods the market with Rashard Lewis cards, there's obviously just one extra one there. If it does flood the market with this card, it could drop this card from say 3.5 million down to maybe 1.8, 1.9 million. It could have that big an effect on a card. However, in general, I don't think these packs are going to crash the market, and I don't think these packs, unless again they juice the odds for certain specific cards, will have much of an effect on the game.
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ball point, you know it's not.